Once upon a time, there was a little girl with golden curly hair. Her name was Goldilocks. She lived at the edge of a forest with her mother. One sunny morning, Goldilocks decided to take a walk in the woods. Her mother had warned her not to go too far, but Goldilocks was curious and adventurous. As she wandered deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller, the birds chirped louder, and the breeze whispered through the leaves. Goldilocks skipped happily along the path until she came across a small, cozy-looking cottage with a red roof and white windows. Goldilocks had never seen this house before. She knocked gently on the door. Knock, knock. No one answered. She knocked again. Still, no answer. Goldilocks turned the doorknob slowly, and to her surprise, the door creaked open. "Hello," she called out. "Is anyone home?" There was no reply. Goldilocks stepped inside. The cottage was warm and smelled like cinnamon and honey. On a small wooden table in the kitchen, there were 3 bowls of porridge. 1 big bowl, 1 medium bowl, and 1 small bowl. Goldilocks was very hungry from her walk. She went to the big bowl and took a spoonful. "Ouch! This porridge is too hot," she said, blowing on her tongue. Then she tried the medium-sized bowl. "Ew! This porridge is too cold." Finally, she tasted the porridge in the smallest bowl. Her eyes lit up. This porridge is just right." She ate it all up. After eating, Goldilocks felt a bit tired and decided to sit down. In the living room were 3 chairs, a big chair, a medium chair, and a tiny little chair. She climbed up into the big chair. "This chair is too hard," she said. She tried the medium chair. "This chair is too soft," she said, sinking in like a marshmallow. Then she sat in the smallest chair. This chair is just right," she said with a smile. But as soon as she wiggled and shifted, crack! The little chair broke into pieces. Goldilocks fell to the floor with a thud. "Oops," she whispered, looking at the broken chair. Now she was feeling very sleepy. She saw a staircase leading upstairs and tiptoed up. At the top, she found 3 beds, a big bed, a medium bed, and a small bed. She lay down on the big bed. "This bed is too hard." She tried the medium bed. "This bed is too soft." Then she snuggled into the smallest bed. "This bed is just right," she sighed, and in just a few moments, she fell fast asleep. While Goldilocks was sleeping, the owners of the cottage came home. It was the 3 bears, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. They had gone for a walk while their porridge cooled. As soon as they stepped inside, Papa Bear sniffed the air. "Someone's been eating my porridge," he growled. Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said, "Someone's been eating my porridge too." Baby Bear cried out, "Someone's eaten all my porridge." The bears looked around in surprise. Papa Bear saw his chair. "Someone's been sitting in my chair." Mama Bear said, "Someone's been sitting in my chair too." Baby Bear wailed, "Someone sat in my chair and broke it." Now they were really worried. The 3 bears tiptoed upstairs. Papa Bear saw his bed. "Someone's been lying in my bed." Mama Bear gasped, "Someone's been lying in my bed too." Baby Bear squealed, "Someone's been lying in my bed and she's still there." Goldilocks opened her eyes slowly. She saw 3 furry faces staring at her, and she screamed. She leaped out of bed, ran down the stairs as fast as she could, and dashed out the door without looking back. She didn't stop running until she reached the edge of the forest and could see her own little house again. From that day on, Goldilocks never entered anyone's home without asking. She had learned a very important lesson about respecting other people's things. And as for the 3 bears, they fixed Baby Bear's chair, made more porridge, and lived happily ever after, always locking their door when they went for a walk. The end.